Hi everyone, Chelsea Tucker here from tunerchelsea.com. Glad that you're here today. Today I want to talk about what does it mean to lay something down to be able to pick something else up. And is it okay or is it not okay? And how do we justify or not justify? And does this work, does it not work? So is it healthy to lay something down and pick something else up? The simple answer, yes. Why? Because we're human and we need to try different things in order to grow, right? We need to examine different parts of life. We need to experience different things in life in order to grow at our optimum ability, capabilities, all of those things, right? When you learn a new task, you need to try it out. You need to work with it. You need to practice it. And if you're not doing those things, you're not going to grow. Why? Because you're not practicing. Why are you not practicing? Are you not practicing because you don't have the time to? Are you not practicing because of relationships within your life? Are you not practicing because the list goes on? You have to think about all these things. You're responsible for your own growth. Period. You're responsible for your own growth. And I say that with the utmost seriousness because you are. If you want to grow, you have to apply yourself. And then you have to say, okay, well, what am I doing or what am I not doing to grow in a certain area of whatever it is that I'm doing? Think about it. Why am I not growing? Well, first off, are you measuring what you are or aren't doing? If you haven't thought about something and said, you know what, this is what I'm going to do and this is how I'm going to get there, and then you write it down, but you never revisit it, you don't know, right? Like you're not looking at it, you're not regrouping, you're not saying, hey, well, you know what, this week this really worked, this week this didn't really work. How do I adjust that and how do I make it better? And this is all part of growth. No matter your age, you can do this. Don't let your age tell you, oh, I'm too young or I'm too old or I'm whatever. No, you can do it. It might be the different pace that you can do it at, right? If you're a little bit older and you want to start walking, you might only be able to walk, you may never be able to get to the running point, but at least you could walk, right? So you have to understand your age, all of your life factors, and you have to find something that works. So if you're laying down TV, right, that's a big one for a lot of people. If you're laying down TV, but you're picking up walking, that's good. But if you're laying down TV and it's raining that day, right, and maybe you have some hip issues, are you gonna really go outside and walk in the rain? Probably not, right? You don't want to injure yourself. So you have to take into these factors as well. And that's justifiable for all of the things in life, because if you're doing it and you're not doing it in a healthy, safe environment, it's going to probably hurt you, right? Take, for instance, you're old and you're trying to go for a walk in the rain, but you have prior hip issues, okay? The ground is simply wet. So you may be putting yourself at more risk to slip and fall, okay? And those are things that you have to be thinking about when you go to try to apply yourself. For me as a mom of 4, trying to fully be committed to my business in the way of providing services years ago when I started it didn't make sense, right? My life situation was not conducive for that for my family, right? Me as a mom, my house comes first. Why? Well, because I have a husband and I have children and I want to keep them all. I don't want to lose my husband, right? I don't want to lose my children. But if I pushed myself so far, so hard, so fast, I would have lost it all. Versus now, my children are a little bit older. I'm laughing because my youngest is only 2. My husband's patience has grown, you know, I mean, typically women have a bit more patience than men. It's just the way things are, okay? So for me, I'm more gentle with the children. You know, I will sit on the floor and I will work with them and I will soothe them and, you know, we'll keep it moving. Whereas like my husband, sometimes his patience is a little bit thinner. So maybe he's trying to sit on the floor with the kids, but, you know, one of them starts fussing the other one needs to go potty, or so whatever it is, right? It can get kind of like too much going on at once. And then you start twitching a little bit and you're like, oh, what am I doing? So for me as a woman, knowing that it took a bit of time for me to process, my patience, would that have been fair to push that onto my husband full time, the way that we're kind of like transitioning to some point right now? No, it wouldn't have been. And it wouldn't have been the most conducive thing for my family. So I had to lay that down, and I picked up the internet thing and I picked up, the blog thing, and I picked up all that kind of stuff. And honestly, it also kind of lays down the groundwork for my business, because when I'm working with people one-on-one and, they only have an hour with me, they have these videos to go back to and watch and can help them continuously, right? Because it's good information. I believe in the information that I'm providing you, and so I think that that's great. So laying it down, right, the service-based part, but keeping up with maybe not regularly posting on Instagram or on YouTube or whatever, right? But posting some, like what I could do, what I could control, what I could handle, benefits at least just a few people, right? And that's great. And that's kind of the goal. So in order to grow, you need to be able to understand what you need to lay down and what you need to pick up. And those are key things, because if you're able to do that, you can grow at a much, 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 much faster rate, because you're able to focus on a specific need in your life at the time and grow, versus trying to pull yourself so thin in so many different places and just wanting to rip your hair out. You're able to go, okay, I can do this. I'm going to get through my day and I'm going to make it to the other end. I'm going to do this. And then you can start planning and dreaming and envisioning something that's going to be beautiful and productive, not something that's going to completely stress you out and completely stress your family out and whatever it is. Because we don't want to do that. We don't want to lose husband, and we don't want to lose our children, and we don't lose our dogs, and we don't want to lose our whole house, right? Stay focused on what you can control, and then move to the next spot. So lay something down, pick something up. Sometimes you'll have to lay down more than what you pick up. Sometimes you'll only be laying things down and not picking anything up, which that is really, really hard, because you're like, how much more do I have to lay down? How much more do I have to lay down? More, until you get to the point where you can control what is in front of you. And then once that's under control, then you can move on to the next thing. And so I hope that this video just encourages you, whatever season of life you're in right now, that it's possible and it'll be okay. You'll be able to lay things down and pick things up. Lay things down and pick things up. You'll be able to do it. I promise you, it will come through. As proof right here, it will happen. You just have to focus on what you can control right now. So check the description box below and go over to my YouTube, or not my YouTube, you're on YouTube. Go over to my website, chainyourchelsea.com, and achieve personal goals while raising your family. Go under that course. It's written out there. Go read it. And I mean read it. And then enjoy what it says. Let it seep into who you are, and understanding that as a female, right? Because I'm going to assume that most people, I shouldn't assume because that makes something out of us, but I'm going to think that most people who are watching this video right now are going to be a female, and that they're going to be a mom who feels lost, that need help, okay? And so I'm giving this to you because I know what that feels like. I know where that is. And I'm giving this to you because I sympathize with you. I know what that feels like. And I want to see you grow. I want to see you grow. I want you to be able to take that breath and as you're exhaling, you're getting rid of all the bad stuff. And as you're inhaling, you're receiving all the good stuff. That's how important this is to me. So again, go over to my website, juniorchelsea.com. My free course there, Achieve Personal Goals While Raising Your Family, is how I do what I do. Period. It is it. Detail for detail. It's very detailed. So I hope that it helps you. Make sure you're doing all this stuff for YouTube so that this information can get in front of more people, so it can help more people. And I will see you next time. Bye.